Welcome back to bestbeginnerguitarlessons.com. I'm Sam, and today we're going to cover how to play major chords on a guitar. Now, what we've talked about major chords, if you remember, we learned the C chord, which is a C major chord, and we learned the G chord, which is a G major chord. We learned the D major. Okay, we learned the A major, and we learned the E major. They're all major chords. Some books, some people refer to those as C major, G major, D major. Or you can just simply refer to them as a C chord, G chord, D. They are a major chord, but they're just the G, D, C, E, and A. I've had quite a few people email me. They seem to be having problems trying to figure out how they should practice the chords together. So I'm just going to lay out just a little quick exercise showing you, if you're having that type of trouble, what to do as far as using the chords together. And if you're having any trouble playing any of these chords as far as making them sound, concentrate on the ones you're having trouble with. Always concentrate on what you're having trouble with. And the things you're doing well, that's good. So what we're going to do today, again, we're going to start with, we're going to take the G major or G chord, and the C major or C chord, and the D major or D chord. Refer to it either way, C, C major, etc. And we're going to strum G to the C to the D. And this is a good way to practice them in this order to get used to those three chords. So I'm going to strum just a little bit, listen to me, and then kind of jump right in. You'll get the idea. Start with a G. We're going to go to C. We're going to go to D. Back to G. That's all there is to it. Back to C. And D coming. Back to G. C. And D. Back to G. So that's all there is to it. Just get your strum up. So these chords go together. G, C to the D, and back to G. And then you can sit down and do the same thing in reverse. G, D, C, and G. So just reverse the order. So those three chords, you sit down and play them in that order. If you're having trouble changing from one to the other, by playing them in a certain order, you get used to the speed, being able to change from one to the other quickly, and also making them sound clear. By now you should know these chords should be sounding pretty clear, if not perfect. The other chords we're going to talk about are the E major, or E chord, okay, and the A major, or A chord. Okay, on these two, we're going to play, we're going to do the E to the D to the A, back to the E. D, A, back to the E. In that order. So we'll start with the E. D, A, back to the E. D, A, one more time, E, D, A, and E. So, in that order, the E, the D, and A. Just like the other three chords we talked about, the G, C, and D, you can reverse these down. You can start with the E, okay? Instead of going D and A, let's go E, A, D, okay? E, A, D. Let's do it a few times. Start with the E. back to E one more time. A, D, back to E. That's all there is to it. So remember those, you can write them down. E, A, D, E, A, D, and also play them E, D, A, E, D, A. Okay, and the other set of chords is G, C, D, G, C, D, remember, and then play them another way, reverse them, G, D, C, G, D, C. So you can just reverse them in the two different orders, and if you use these chords together the way we just talked about, you won't have any trouble, and it will help you. Like I said, I've had quite a few people confused as to how to practice the chords I know together. They didn't know what chords to put together. So in this case, I'm telling you which chords go together. Practice them in that order. It should help you. One other thing I want to cover, I also want to mention too, that with just these chords we talked about today, there's literally thousands of songs you're now already capable of playing. Probably don't know that at this point, but there are literally thousands of songs you can play with just those chords. And we're going to cover some of those songs in the upcoming lessons. One other thing I want to address, we also talked about there are different ways to play the chord, as far as the finger, what finger you use and what string. Again, if one of your fingers feels more comfortable pressing a certain string than the way we talked about making the chord, the way I showed you, no problem. If you feel comfortable with it, play it that way. And finally, had someone ask, they were having a lot of trouble going back for what kind of guitar should I buy. Again, it really does not matter. The electric guitar is smaller, easier to play, much softer on the fingers, much softer on the touch when you play strings to the fretboard. If you think you're going to play a lot of rock and roll, mostly electric guitar is the choice. The acoustic guitar is very versatile. You can play a lot of different types of music, including rock and roll. Yes, but don't sit and fret on what kind of guitar you want. You can buy electric or acoustic. It really doesn't matter. The main thing is choose a guitar that's right for you, that feels good, comfortable to you, and get started. Well, I think that's all for today. And again, if you have any suggestions or any questions, email me at bestbeginnerguitarlessons@gmail.com, and I'll personally answer any and all emails. Things are really coming together. I'm getting a lot of positive comments, a lot of people coming to the website. Tell your friends, if you have someone interested in learning to play, tell them where to come, bestbeginnerguitarlessons.com. And I'll see you in the next lesson.